Okay. So welcome. I'm going to have you stand up in a minute. So we're going to, that's what I'd like to do, is I'd like us to just move a little bit, just move the energy. We're going to do that just for like a minute or so. And then we'll come and sit down. We'll Om. And then we're going to enter into some alternate nostril breathing. The great little balancing in the brain and the nostrils and the flow, and to feel, get your tissues and things happen. And then we'll sit in meditation for a little bit after we alternate nostril breathe. So, okay. All right, so come stand. Yeah. And then let's start. Maybe separate your legs, do a little bit of this. I'm lifting my feet up even though you can't see. And all right. Okay, I'm going to start to lift the arms up just as you inhale, however you like. Maybe you sink down, inhale, and exhale. Oh yeah, this feels good. Maybe you're still moving side to side. Nice big breath. Let's do maybe 4 more. And then we'll come to a stand and start to take this little twist thing that we do. Just let the arms go, and maybe the opposite foot is lifting up as you're turning. Good. Right. And maybe speed it up a little bit. Breathing, receiving. Good. Okay, and then slow down. And we'll come back to lifting the arms up. Inhale and exhale. And we'll do that a few times. Reach. Good. And so we're going to do a little bit of balancing. So the next time you exhale, take your hands to your hips. Go over to the right side, lift the left leg. Just see what happens. Maybe the hands have to come off, and then slowly step down and give it on the other side. Your hands could be doing anything, and as long as you're smiling and just taking a few moments to get that ankle, foot wobbling, and be sitting. Good. Okay, I'm going to do one more on each side. And then I'll come to center and lift the arms. And just take a nice big stretch upwards. So just reach up. Maybe you look up. Maybe you want to lean back a little bit, a little back bend. And breathe out. Let your hands rest. Give yourself a good shake. Yes. Okay, and then come to sit and make sure you're going to be comfortable. And that could be sitting against the wall too, is a great thing. As I say that. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to face you. But if it wants to, yeah, just lean against the wall, sit on the bolster. And okay, good. Take your hands to your heart. And feel into the beating of your precious heart. And you can even speak it out loud, whisper it into your heart that I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Mm-hmm. With all that love generated into your hands, bring the palms together or keep them there. And we'll chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. 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 Release your hands. Just stay here. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So you'll take your dominant hand I say dominant, but if you're right-handed, the thumb will rest on the right upper nostril, and then the pinky and the ring finger come together and rest on the top of the left nostril. And the two fingers that are free can rest on the third eye or the bridge of the nose, anywhere there. So opposite if you're left-handed. And then just breathing through your two nostrils. Notice your sit. You're leaning against the wall, and noticing what parts are touching. Okay, so drop the jaw, rest the eyes. And we'll begin by sealing off. No, you're going to inhale through the right. Sorry. We're going to seal the right nostril. We're going to inhale through the left. Then you'll switch nostrils with every exhale. And then you inhale right, switch, and exhale left. And continue on. Do one more round. You're going to finish off by exhaling through the right nostril. And then just let your hands rest. And notice where you feel more expansive, more united. Add mudra into the hands. So palms are facing up. We're going to circle the index finger and the thumb. So the thumb pad will rest over the nail of the index finger, creating a circle. And the other three fingers can just relax. Listening to the sound of your breath. If you're ready, release the mudra in your hands. Bring your palms down on your thighs. And gently open your eyes. Stretch the legs out and just stay in this soft state and just start to roll the ankles and watch them move. Notice any tension just from that. Good. I'm just going to reverse this. Good. And we'll just point and flex the feet. Lift yourself up a little higher. And then just staying with your legs straight if that's okay, or bringing them into cross-legged if you need to. Okay, we're going to take the hands. I'm going to turn them and just reach back. Maybe I'll move from sit. Just reach your hands back and just take a little wrist and shoulder stretch. So I'll come back on the bolster. Yeah, I'm just rotating. And then stay there. Turn your hands in now. See how that is. And again, just come back to the shoulder flossing. Bringing the shoulder blades together if you can behind you. Lift your heart like they're the plate of the heart. One more breath. Come off the hands and just roll these wrists around. Good. Okay, reach up. And then pause here. You can soften the muscles of your legs a little bit. Inhale. As you exhale, we'll start to come forward and just to whatever capacity the legs, the hips will allow you right here. Just nice and slow, almost like you're creeping up on this, just looking for stretching the backs of the calves, the eyes of the calves, opening them up. On that soft breath, face relaxed, like you're still in your meditation. Slowly inviting this in. Take one more full breath in and out. Okay, we're going to come to lie down. We're going to set up relatively close to the wall. Let's see. I'm going to put the bolster down for head support first, and I'll keep this blanket to the torso. And then I'll put my tush about that distance so I can find that chair against the wall. Just kind of play with that. And then once you've set that up, maybe you stretch the legs up and put your arms out. Feet can be at the wall, be on the heels. And allow yourself to settle into this. Like I mentioned, bring the shoulder blades together. It's like the dinner plate lifting the entree of the heart. So here you can maybe let the heart rest into the dinner plate. Okay, I'm just going to lengthen the back of the head. So I'll lift the head up and just if someone's pulling on the nape of your neck or the base of the head and put it back down. Okay, I'm going to bring the right knee in and the sole of the left foot can rest at the wall. And we'll just rock this in and out a few times. Okay, I'm going to hug this right leg in as tight as you can. And perhaps the right hand will come and just move the belly out of the way a little bit and see if you can bring it in a little tighter. I'm walking my hands down to the bottom of the calf here. We'll drop the shoulders, drop the jaw. And then with the left foot, what happens if you engage it into the wall a little bit? And just before we leave this, take your mind into your right glute, right outer hip. You can soften the left foot against the wall, and then soften that right outer hip. Right glute. You might feel the shoulders are taking more now. Okay. And then release, and we'll
Just put that right foot back at the wall. Maybe you extend them straight. I'm gonna take the arms overhead, just get some opening, and then grab opposite elbows. And we're gonna stay with the right leg. So I'll bend the left leg, put the left foot at the wall, right ankle's coming over left knee. Then we'll just rock side to side. So think of this as, rolling the left foot from the outer edge to the inner edge of the left foot. It's just rolling against the wall. Then bring it back to center the left foot, flex the right foot, and open the right knee without, my hands aren't on it, I'm just pressing it away. Now engage the left foot a little bit. See if that balances the hips for a moment. Okay, and then you can stay here or take your arms up and over and bring the left thigh in, and we'll move into a thread the needle here. So the hands can go behind the left thigh or behind the left thigh is just great. And then you can rock, drop your jaw. Settle in here for a few breaths. I'm going to shift this package a little bit more to the left. Let the right outer hip, right glute soften as much as I can here. Maybe that starts with a smile. For me, I think it always does. If I smile, it's a reminder. Just relax. Let the pose do the work. Notice if you're gripping on your right shoulder or right cheek, inside of the neck. I say these things because that's what I think that's going to happen. Take 2 more breaths. Okay, and then release. This time we're going to put both feet on the floor. Then we'll come to windshield wiper. So walk your feet wide and just rock these knees side to side. We're using this as an opportunity. Just rotate this right hip. Letting it move in its socket here. The thigh bone is moving around, or whatever's moving around there in the right hip. Okay, and then come back onto your back, place your feet at the wall. You can set up, take a few moments to just assess. Pause your breath. And then we'll bring the left thigh in, and we're going to rock it in and out. And maybe that you might be lifting your sacrum up, or might be pull back on the floor. Be free. We're going to hug this in tight. So I might take the left hand and just slide the left side of the belly out of the way as I breathe. So interlace your fingers and just draw it in as much as you can. Play with the engaging of the right foot against the wall. Maybe that's going to balance something, open up some space. Breathing like you are sitting in your meditation. So relaxed. Hug it in a little tighter. You can soften the foot and then bring your attention to the left outer hip, left glute, anything there that you can release. The hands are doing the work. Maybe the shoulders are doing the work. That's what we'll go straight to ankle over knee this time. And feel this, set it up. And we'll start to just wave that. I'm going to take my arms over my head again and find opposite elbows, but see if I can switch the placement of the hands. Just waving this side to side. I think you're rolling over the right foot towards the inner edge and the outer edge. Like a great little foot massage. Okay, bring it back to whatever center is, and then stay here if you like. This is good work. Bring it in, You can use your, I didn't say strap, you can use your strap, your hands. You know, it's interesting here. If you are someone who always drops your leg like I do, maybe you just see what happens if you bring that, keep that right leg at a right angle. That, you know, bring something different. You always straighten the leg sometimes. And just moving the leg is going to hit different parts. And it's so interesting. Or moving the knee foot. Okay, I'm going to shift this a little bit more to the right and find where I want that right calf to settle and find the joy in the unwinding, the releasing. It's part of our body that gets so really tight. And it makes sense, the strongest part, or I shouldn't say strongest part, I'll say that the most muscle mass here. A nice deep breath in and release. And then we'll put the feet on the floor. Open the arms, come back to your windshield wiper, walk your feet nice and wide apart so we get this full rotation happening here. Okay, let's roll yourself over to the side and come up for a moment. We're going to turn the bolster and I'm just going to have you watch. Okay, I'm going to call this back traction. So just watch for a second. Okay, so I'm going to bring myself onto the bolster. I think I need to be closer to the wall. I'm going to use the wall, so maybe I'll sit on it and then come down. And if you need a block for your head, it's just like a bolster extender. Just put it there. And then I'm going to wiggle myself off so cheeks are hanging. Maybe sacrum is still on the bolster. I'm going to find the wall. And from here, I'm just going to, maybe do a little bit of this and pop the arms over. And then eventually we're going to come to just dropping this, hip crease. Maybe the hips are going to touch the floor, maybe not. Just taking that, and we're going to rest there for a couple breaths and just allow this traction to happen. It's going to be great. Okay. So bring yourself in. Sit. Over. Okay, and arms can start down by your sides. And feet at the wall, and just see how this feels, like kind of floating in the air. Okay, and then we're going to start by just really softening the glutes. Let's see, can you let them just hang. Okay, and then you'll see if your low back needs more, you move up a little bit, you come down a little bit, just be playfully curious. Use the press of the feet into the wall to help, find your place here where you're like, oh, okay. Feel that the hip creases are dropping a little bit. Like the natural curve of the lower back, which is playing with that. The L curve, your lumbar spine a little bit. All right, so then we'll take the arms overhead, and they don't have to come to the floor. You're just going to reach, open your hands. And then I'm going to let the hands rest here, but you take them out wherever your shoulders need to be. And see if you can just release the glutes a little more. So they might come to the floor, they might not. You can wiggle yourself down or up the bolster. Like, it's not quite, doesn't feel so. And just find that place where you can really drop that core area. Supported with feet. And then find your breath. Okay. And then the arms can stay there. They can come down. You're going to engage the feet into the wall, lift the hips up. And then they might, might just give a little tilt, a little cat-cow. Move between a little lift and something, anything major, just dancing this part right here, hips, pelvic bowl. Good. And we're gonna come back into that dropping place, and the arms can stay overhead or go anywhere else. Just wiggling myself in a little bit, just find that great release, and then I'm gonna straighten the legs. That's optional. That's gonna give a little less support, so there's more drop. Reach the arms a little bit more. Maybe the head's gonna lift up and lengthen. Okay, and then just thinking of this as like lengthening. I don't know if it's possible to really like get traction. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Just think of this as like a lengthening. That's possible. Okay. And relax into your bolster. Relax your face. Feet might want to relax. Take one more breath. And then we'll prepare to come out. So I'm going to rebend the legs, put your feet at the wall. I'm going to press the feet into the wall, just lift the hips. Okay. And then maybe hands behind the head. Or maybe you need to roll to the side. It might not work. Bring your feet to the floor. Roll to the side, come up. We'll move the bolster right away. And just come to lie down. And we'll just feel for a few moments. So if you need something for your head, put it there. Okay, I'm going to bring both knees into the chest. We're right at the wall still, so that's fine. And then let's just rock side to side. Coming to your center and just hug these in as much as you can. And maybe the hands are going to interlace behind the thighs or on top, and draw it in. Soften the belly and the back. Release your legs, put the feet on the floor for a moment, and walk your feet right to the wall. Maybe the toes can go up the wall, the rest of the foot's on the floor. Okay. Be with that for a moment. I'm just going to anchor the feet towards the wall. So down to the floor and forward. Good. Okay, and as you anchor the feet, maybe the hips are going to lift. And we don't need to go up that high. Once you get to wherever you are, see if you can soften the glutes. So you can take your hands and just see, are your cheeks soft? And you soften them. So I'm not up that high. Just a little bit and just feeling softening. You might even feel like a scooping of the belly out. So just support that. And then lower all the way down. I'm going to take the feet back to the wall, and we're just going to lift and lower the hips a few times, so the arms can come down. And right away I start to just snuggle my shoulders down and find this, and whatever it is here, feel the feet. Let the feet be the anchor, and then slowly lift up. And maybe it's just a little bit, or maybe it's a lot. And then the lowering down. Let's go nice and slow. That's where things can get interesting. Maybe I'm even going to slow down the lift. So we're going to do this 3 times, 4 times. I'm going to take my arms overhead and look for, again, that little bit of whatever this is. Nice and slow. One more. And then we'll rest on the back, and the feet can come to the floor. Your legs can extend up the wall, and just allow everything here nice and supported by the floor. Arms can come down by your sides a little bit. And okay, let's bring the, so extend your legs if you haven't. Let's bring the feet a little closer together, and we'll bring the right knee in for a moment. And I'm going to interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Start to straighten. Maybe it's not going to straighten. Let me start here. Let me start different. So you've got your fingers interlaced. Then feel how maybe the tailbone's lifting. If you can come back onto your sacrum. So there's a little arch in the low back. Then see if you can straighten the leg. And it doesn't have to go straight. It's just intention here. And pushing the left heel into the wall and softening the back of the neck. Good. Okay, stay here as you inhale. And as you exhale, you can invite this right leg to come forward a little bit. And notice, whatever's happening. Is it about the leg? Are you lifting your tailbone or your sacrum? Which is fine. It's just different things. Okay, I'm going to take the arms overhead, right leg to the wall, and then bring the left leg in and start with a little bend. Opposite interlace and just feel your whole, just relaxing on the floor, holding my left leg. And once I feel the sacrum is there, I start to straighten the leg, not being attached to it getting straight, just to feel this. And anchor the right heel to the wall, pressing that left thigh into the hands, relaxing the back into the floor. That's what I'm doing at the exact same time as this is happening. And then release both feet to the wall. Okay, I'm going to take your feet to the floor. So let's go over to the side and bring yourself up. And maybe you need a moment or two just to recalibrate. Let all of that come in. Oh, I do feel taller. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, let's go to hands and knees and we'll do a few cat cows. Just stay on this whole thing that we've done, almost like maybe that was the entree. Okay. Good. Spread your hands and find your hands and knees pose. Moving the elbows in and out a little bit, just turning them forward and back. And just find your neutral. Have the toes tucked under. Just feel. Good. Moving from that soft place as you exhale, melt the belly down, lift the chin, tail, and reverse. So slow as you need. Feel everything that's on offer here. Shoulders can move, the hips are moving, tailbone, heart into the back into the head. I'm going to add the feet. So, as I lift the belly up at the tops of the feet down, and as I lift the chin up at the feet. Do 2 more. We just need a moment. I'm going to sit in Vajrasana. So I just brought the knees together, sit, and pop into cross-legged, bring your hands together, interlace the fingers, keep the palms together, and make some figure eights. And just rolling the wrists. And then the opposite way. Good. Bring it to center, lift your palms, press them away, take your back up, and then lift up. Could be this, sitting like this. Good. And then exhale and release from this and make your way back into your hands and knees, and we'll make it a longer tabletop. And we'll roll the belly. So spread the fingers. Roll your elbows in and out a few times, and then find your neutral. That's as if you're lying on your back, the back of the head, for the sake. And then we'll drop the belly, shift it over to one side, and roll it up, and over. If the elbows want to bend, the head wants to move, breath, the jaw. See what you can bring in here. The tail, everything. reverse, roll in the opposite direction, maybe slow. Bringing yourself back into neutral, but we're just gonna rock it back and front. And you decide how deep this goes. So I'm gonna walk my knees back a little bit and give myself some room. You might even turn into a cobra. It doesn't have to. You're just moving with the motion of your oceans. I am strong and powerful. Spine is well lubricated. Hips are lubricated. Shoulders are lubricated. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Whatever works is just right. And after the third, you come to sit. So I'm going to tuck the toes under, and I have a block here. You know, without me even saying that, you can always prop yourself up. Okay, so I know this is not pleasurable, but even if you do it for a little bit, let's do this quick. Hands together, opposite interlace. Roll these wrists. Breathe, smile, reverse. Okay, I'm going to flip the palms. I'm going to press them forward, take the back, and then reach up. And if you come up on your knees here, that's A-okay. Good. Okay, release. And we're going to come down. Let's grab the bolster just for comfort. You know, here's what we're going to do, friends. That we're going to do this one where we take the arm over. And I did the other day with the bolster. I was like, oh, that's not bad. So you can do it any way you like. If you like it, if you don't, it's all good. Okay. Come to your hands and your knees. Bring the left hand in a little bit. Reach the right arm up. And then just take it under. We'll do that 3 times. It's a little bit of flossing. And then bring it underneath. If you go on the bolster, but probably better underneath, and then the head can rest. And then the top arm can extend. It can come in. And you drop it down. Now I'm starting to wag the tail, like side to side. If your left arm is extended, maybe walk it more over to the right. So also more room here. You keep moving. Okay, and then we'll come out. Reach that right arm up. Good. And then we'll do the second side. So the right hand comes in a little bit, reach the left arm up. And then take it easy. Or whatever works here. To the third one, we'll come down. And right hand extend out or come beside you. Just pull the bolster out. Maybe you don't want as much. Wave your hips. And the right arm can extend up over your alongside your ear. You might walk it back over to the left a little bit. Move the hips to the left. Come on in. Reach that arm up. Good. And then come on back. Okay, we're going to take child's pose, and we have the bolster here, so I'll bring it in. If you'd rather be on your back, hugging your knees in, okay, it's a lot of knee stuff. So, okay, now I hold the bolster. Snuggling in and turn the head one side. And knees are extended, tops of the feet up to the sky. Just feel those dinner plates of your shoulders melting down. That's what we've done. This is too low. Need some blankets. Make it higher. Put the blocks underneath. Coming back to this idea of softening the glutes and the hips. Might not be possible, but maybe it is. Settling into your breath. The head's turned to one side, turn to the opposite side. One more full breath. And press ourselves up, and you might come right to your hands and be easy. If you can bring the legs out in front of you. Going back to like how we started, almost stretch the legs and move. Allow that opening to happen, and softening the hip creases here consciously. We're going to come back to the wall. We're going to lie down in a moment, but this is what everything, has to lead to something. So you can watch me first. So here's, you never really do this, but I know who's here. Put your feet at the wall and we'll find this lift. And then maybe, tuck my chin, take my hands, walk the feet up. Maybe it's here and I'm really resting into the hands. And that's good wrist stuff and all of that. This could be great. But if you're like, well, maybe one leg and the other one, you want to play a little bit. And then when you come out, it's take one leg first to the wall. Try and take them both. It never works. And then we'll lower down. Just for play. If you're like, well, I'm ready to rest, then our next pose is going to be lying over the bolster, just to kind of give everything to come back. So we'll go to that, or you're here. Let's explore. So I start by, I push the head in and tucking the shoulders down, and you feel the full length of the spine on the floor. Bend the elbows, feel the feet. It's a lot of prep. And then once you're here, maybe the feet start to push in and a little bit, and you see, oh, maybe I can put my hands underneath the cheeks. Maybe yes, maybe no. It's too much. And you can put the hands. You can just stay on the floor. But if you want to do the lift, walk your feet up, take one leg, center of the room, and just see what happens. Maybe the hands can walk down, and actually feel here like I'm pushing through the heels to do the lift. The other thing I'm doing is softening the feet and the hip crease. Like whatever works. If you're already out, you're resting, that's beautiful. Okay. You're coming out, you bend the knees, reach one leg to the wall. Remove the hands and then just bathe in that. This is good thyroid work, actually. It's a good pose for the thyroid. You don't do it often, obviously, but nice. Okay, and then once you're there, you can stay there with your feet at the wall. And you're going to bring this bolster in. You can lie over it, so I'll put a blanket for the head. Okay, so excited. And then bring yourself down. See, I'm so close to the wall. Your feet might need to stay at the wall for a little bit. Move out. Okay. So we're just giving our tushes on the floor. The hip creases can rest. The legs just relax. Shoulders, the dinner plates of the heart getting a little support, and the heart can just rest. If you feel like it's too much, or you need to move a little bit, bend your knees and do some windshield wipers. Massage this part of your body that doesn't really get it normally day to day, unless it's a yoga day. So we're going to rest here for about 4 minutes. Work happens in the receiving of the supports behind you. Deeply release. your powers of awareness to guide your breath. Feel the breath. To expand the breath into places you feel it. Taking the next 3 or 4 breaths to be intentionally releasing. A nice full inhale and maybe even take it more at the top. So that full releasing, dropping the next. And as you finish this last very long intentional exhale, just rest there, normal breathing at the jaw and the eyes drop. Feel yourself almost melting into the props, melting into the floor. Nothing to do, nowhere to be, no one to be, just be. And here, friends, you're welcome to stay here. If you just, if this is just perfection right now. I'm going to take legs up the wall. We have just moving into our Shavasana time. So I'm going to spend Shavasana and legs up the wall. Settle into whatever would feel good to create a restful state. Rest is the name of the day. So, assuming we're all settled and comfortable, we come back and do a few rounds of alternate nostril breathing, maybe just 4 or 5, nothing major. I'm going to try with the non-dominant hand. I realize I never do that. So I'm trying to move. It's changing each nostril with every exhale.
into the deepest state of softening and receiving. To rest in your chest. Going to come out. If you seal this practice, then maybe take your time now. You have like an extra whole minute. Really feeling all that back movement we did. Have your knees in for a little bit. Rock them side to side. Really feel, you indulge yourself completely. Take your time. You come up and take a few moments of sitting in our silence and in the resonance. You might want to take your hands to your heart. Hold on to this place at the center of your being, your love chamber. Seal this practice with one. Oh. Breathe into your hands. Get your breath. Feel it there and offer it to yourself. It's great offering all that you've been able to. Feels. Have a great day. Thank you. Thank you.